Hello and welcome to Stonehouse near Stroud. Last October I put out a video all about the Cotswold Canal's restoration, the Stroud Water Navigation and the Thames and Severn Canal. And the single biggest project they were facing at that time was putting in a canal underpass underneath a very busy railway line. Well, that project has now been completed. It happened over Christmas, so I thought I'd come down and just do a very quick video update to show you what it looks like now. That said, I'll start with how it was in that previous video. Here's the view from above showing the railway over the canal. Come down to land level and you can see the only route for water underneath the line is this corrugated iron tube encased in concrete. For scale, here was me doing a piece to camera back in October. For boats to go under, the line needed to be taken up, so Network Rail built and assembled all the pieces on site, giant concrete slabs designed to interlock like Lego. Then, in just 7 days over Christmas, because fewer trains run at Christmas, this happened. 6 weeks later, there's still backfilling and tidying up to be done, but the bridge is in and the railway lines reinstated. It's been a mammoth job, with the concrete sections presenting a unique set of challenges, as the woman in charge explains.
One of the reasons we have such a large compound is that we needed our own casting site. These units are so large that we couldn't bring them in by lorry or other road transport. So we had to cast them here, as close as possible to where they needed to go, so that we could then lift them in with the crane. Given the time of year and weather conditions that could come upon us, like heavy rain and also wind, we decided to choose the largest mobile crane in the country. It's the AK 680. It's a 1,200-ton mobile crane, and that was positioned in our site compound and was able to lift the units swiftly into place during the closure.
Whilst the bridge, or is it a tunnel, is only short, it's quite deep, with the builders having to dig 3-metre foundations. You really don't get the gist of it from seeing it in photographs, but this thing is absolutely massive. The old canal route here was still in evidence, and indeed the bridge is the point where the restoration to date, which is finished and in water, comes to a halt. That meant blocking it off and pumping it out to create a dry area for the building work to take place.
Where we're stood at the moment, this was a body of water before we came along, not to full depth for a navigable canal, as it hasn't been dredged and fully refurbished yet. But certainly we did have a body of water here, I would say around 1/2 metre deep, and we have what's known as the Ocean, which is how the bridge gets its name, which is the old canal turning circle, and that's on the other side of this bridge, and that was quite a deep body of water. So we've installed 2 clay bunds, and there's one on either side of the canal, and that keeps the area completely dry. We've also got some porter dams in place as well, and a pumping system that runs along the line of the old towpath.
With water comes life, so there also had to be work to safeguard what was already here before the excavating and bridge building could begin.
During the course of the project, we've undertaken several ecology surveys, and that's to rule in or rule out the presence of various different species. Particularly, we've had bird life here and also fish. So we had a couple of families of swans, and we've had to make sure that they are well looked after during the course of the work. And we've also had to rescue a lot of fish. Now, rescue sounds quite dramatic, but it's because we've created a dry area. We've had to segregate the fish into other bodies of water in the adjacent vicinity to make sure that they then thrive in those areas and aren't killed off. So we've made sure that we've looked after those species as much as we can do.
The final assembly went off mostly without a hitch. For the Cotswold Canals Trust, The charitable body bringing this old canal back to life, the bridge going in marks a major milestone.
We are delighted, David. The contractors did very well. Everything went to plan. It didn't rain too much. They need to put the towpath under the bridge. They need to complete some of the embankment work. And once that's complete, this will be re-watered, hopefully early April. And then we can get our boats through, and then we can continue to restore further downstream. We've got to get under the M5, we've got to raise another road bridge, build 2 new locks, and the missing mile, we've got to dig a missing mile, and we hope to have all that done by spring 2025.
These concrete block sections will support the new towpath and provide a route for utilities like telecoms to run alongside the canal. Going over a yet-to-be-restored canal, this bridge is slightly unusual, but it turns out Network Rail has a special ops department for just this.
We do the bridges that are a little bit out of the norm, usually for customers like the Canal Trust and the various councils. So this is what we do, and actually this is a really interesting project, and it's a nice project for us to be working on.
The rather huge field that was taken over to become the construction compound will now be reinstated, much to the relief, no doubt, of local residents. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.